This is the Scottish resistance. We will never give up the fight for Scotland's freedom. Never! We're here today to remember Robert Burns, a great Scottish patriot. Burns was noted for his opposition to the so-called Union. He said, "Farewell to all our Scottish fame. Farewell our ancient glory. Farewell even to the Scottish name, sae famed in martial story. Now Sark runs the Solway Firth, and Tweed runs to the ocean, to mark where England's province stands, such a parcel of rogues in a nation, and there are plenty of them. This nation has got more traitors than any nation on earth. What a disgraceful state that this country has fallen to. We, the Scots, used to be the greatest freedom fighters. For 1,000 years, we protected this country from invaders. Vikings, Danes, Saxons, Romans, all were sent packing because we were the greatest freedom fighters. But now, our country is reduced to the state of a conquered country. We have got to win back our freedom. I'm now going to give you some words from Robert Burns about the great patriot Sir William Wallace. These are the words of Burns. The story of Wallace poured a tide of Scottish prejudice into my veins, which will boil along there till the floodgates of life shut in eternal rest. When Burns read the stories of William Wallace, it made him one of the greatest patriots. Yet, when we went to school and learned about Burns, they somehow managed to teach us in a way of avoiding all of Burns's patriotic poems. If you pick up a Burns book, every second poem or song that he does is patriotic for Scotland. Burns was not only a great Scottish nationalist, he was a great internationalist. Remember the words of Rabbie Burns. It's coming yet for all that man to man, the world o'er, shall brothers be for all that. Remember these words of Rabbie Burns. From Sean Puckett.
Thanks, friends, comrades. I'm here today to say about Robbie Burns. Who was Robert Burns? And what would he be like today if he was alive today? Well, Robert Burns was a radical, a real, true Scottish radical. And if Burns was alive today, Burns would be saying loud and clear. He'd be saying no to Tory austerity. He'd be saying no to the millions, to the near million people that we've got in poverty in Scotland because of those Tory cuts. He'd be saying no to the mass cut in public services and local government. He'd be saying no to the disabled being forced onto workfare, which was announced on Friday by Ian Duncan Smith, a white paper where disabled people will now have to work for their benefits. He also said no to all forms of the capitalist class stealing the wealth of the people. Just in the last couple of days, we've found that Google are going to pay £130 million for the last 10 years. And what's out at £20 million a year for £4 billion of revenue that they've been making in the UK is nothing. We have seen Starbucks and also other companies like Amazon who have paid absolutely no corporation tax. It's an absolute disgrace, and Burns would condemn all of that. And Burns would be saying loud and clear, yes to independence for Scotland, and yes to the redistribution of income and wealth across Scotland. It's a terrible day in our society today that in the world, just 62 people have over half the wealth in the world. Here in Britain, what we have is a £5 trillion being owned by a very small number of people. He would be saying to take that money off the rich and redistribute that money to the poor in our society, and be saying yes to a referendum in 2017 for Scottish independence. He would also be saying we want a Scotland with social justice, where people can live in dignity, where people can live in freedom, where people can live in liberation, where people can live free at all times. And I say to you that the Scottish resistance is saying loud and clear to the people present today, and to also those who will be watching this on film, come and join us in the fight for freedom. Robert Burns would be a member of the Scottish resistance. He would be coming to all our direct actions and be saying, yes, the Indie Camp in Edinburgh is the right thing for Scotland. He would also be turning around and saying very, very clearly that we should chase after the corrupt politicians of any political party during the election campaign to expose their corruption and get them face to face. And we will continue to do that. Burns would have done that because Burns was a radical, like Scottish resistance is. Thank you.
From Robert Burns about our national hero, William Wallace. O Scotia, my dear, my native soil, for whom my warmest wish to heaven is sent. Long may thy hardy sons of rustic toil be blessed with health and peace and sweet content. And oh, may heaven their simple lives prevent from luxury's contagion weak and vile. Then however crowns and coronets be rent, a virtuous populace may rise a while, and stand a wall of fire around their much-loved isle. O thou who poured the patriotic tide that streamed through Wallace's undaunted heart, who dared to nobly stem tyrannic pride, or nobly die the second glorious part. The patriot's God peculiar thou art, his friend and spire, guardian and reward. Oh never, never Scotia's realm desert, but still the patriot and patriot bard in bright succession raise her ornament and guard. Thank you very much. That's Burns's tribute to Sir William Wallace. Burns was very much influenced by William Wallace and his fight for Scotland's freedom. Sinclair with a few words. Thank you again.
Thank you. Can everyone hear me okay? Okay, I would like to discuss something which I've been thinking about Robert Burns, and what I've been picking up by reading a lot of his work and listening to a lot of his songs is this guy had a very, very strong belief in the word liberty. If you want to stop and think for a minute what you think liberty actually means, liberty does mean freedom. And we have social liberty. We also have a situation where we're left to believe that we don't have any say in what we're actually planning to do, because we're constantly being told by the media, by the government, by various other people that we don't have liberty. And the strongest form of civil liberty which we have would be democracy. And at the moment it's quite obvious that our democracy isn't actually what it should be. During the referendum campaign we were constantly being told by the media that we were too wee, we're too stupid, and we weren't genetically programmed to make our own decisions. We were told that we would lose our pensions. We were told that the bosses would shut down the businesses and we would lose our jobs. Whereas in actual fact, had we decided not to listen to them, if we'd followed our hearts and our own minds, we would easily have found out that Scotland could have been one of the wealthiest nations in Europe. Unfortunately, we were unable to believe that for whatever reason at that time. And if you want to take a look at what's actually happening now, the situation of austerity, people's pensions are not being guaranteed. People are working until 67 years of age. And in independent Scotland, we would have made that decision ourselves, and I'm pretty damn sure nobody would have said they wanted to work until they were 67 to get a state pension. So that's just a wee point I'm making on liberty. So have a wee think about what that means to you as a person. And I'll just read out 2 verses from one of my favourite Rabbie poems, which is called The Tree of Liberty. Without this tree, a lake is but a vale, O woe man. I see no sorrow mixed with strife, nay real joys we know man. We labour soon, we labour late, to feed the titled knave man. And a comfort we're to get is that ayond the grave man. With plenty o' such trees I trow, the world would live in peace man. The sword would help to make a plough, and then the war would cease man. Like brothers in a common cause, we'd on each other smile man, and equal rights and equal laws would gladden every isle man.